Former Browns offensive lineman Mitchell Schwartz gives us his take on the state of the Browns heading into 2023.
But it kind of comes back to the quarterback, and if he plays the way he played last year, then that's going to be the worst team in the division. If he plays better, then we'll see what happens. But if I was a Cleveland fan, I wouldn't be super optimistic right now, just based on what we've seen and the contract and the draft capital given to him.
Fred, again, we briefly touched on it. The national perspective is a little different than the local perspective. I don't think there's any way he can play as bad as he did a season ago. 700 days off, 11 weeks where your other team was played, an offense that isn't as. There was so much working against you if you take a step back and think about it logically. If you were Deshaun Watson last year.
Well, I agree with Mitchell Schwartz that if he plays like he did last year, yeah, the team will be in the middle of the pack. But I agree also, I don't see that happening. Any team, if Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow or Lamar Jackson missed the first 11 games of the season, that team would be sunk. And even if they came back after missing 11 games due to injury, I think it would take them a little time. When you haven't played in 2 years, I think I'm not trying to make excuses for the guy, but that was a little bit, daunting to do so. And then you think of the New Orleans game. You had 45-mile-an-hour winds and below zero. And there was another all-rain game after his first 2 games, just kind of getting going. Yeah, he had the Washington game where he had a great half, showed glimpses, but then the Steelers game kind of regressed. So if he plays like that, yeah, the Browns are going to not go anywhere. But I saw too much in him as a rookie, and after he got hurt with the ACL his rookie year, he had 3 straight Pro Bowl years. He's still very athletic. I saw that last year in training camp. I just think a full off season, and also the weight of the world, was on his shoulders last year. He might have hid that a bit, but I don't care who you are, and again, he brought a lot of that on himself, but that still, is quite a burden to carry, not knowing if you're going to play, when you're going to play, and so forth. So I think all bets are off. No excuses. He needs to play well, but I think he will. And I think that the national media, for the most part, is holding everything against Watson because of his off-field accusations, and they really don't want him to be successful. That's my take. Yeah. Might be wrong on that, but they also based his play on those 6 games. And yeah, it was very pedestrian, but I don't know how he could play worse. I think that he will bounce back this year. They have went and got him weapons. They have built everything up around him. The offense is going to be tailored. Last year, Kevin Stefanski tried to change midstream after 11 games with Jacoby Brissett. That's a completely different system or a different style of quarterback than what you have in Deshaun Watson. So if I will be very disappointed if they don't play, explosive offense, that we have heard about, since the trade was made.
Yeah, no, I would agree with you. And you saw glimpses. It just wasn't consistent enough with Watson. There were 2 or 3 plays, and even the games he didn't play well, where you're like, all right, that's kind of what we were looking for.